I'm keeping the thermostat extra low this morning because it is -1 degree out as the actual temperature. Wind chills much below that. I'll just put on some more clothes, do my chores, which will keep me active, and wait for it to warm up. And I think warm today will actually be 30, maybe even above freezing. Oh, the heat is on. And just to clarify, I am not uncomfortable at these low temperatures, but you should have the thermostat set higher for the elderly or small children. Just wanted to let everybody know that before they go turning it down. And as the day goes on, if I become less active, I'll cover up with blankets and I'll start to increase the temperature in the rooms. I'm getting to the end of my body wash. And who else puts water and shakes it up so that they get 3 more showers out of their body wash? There's a frugal tip. After the plunger can't reach what's left in the bottle, there's quite a bit in there. Definitely need to get that out of there. It's just a waste. Add up all of the bottles you use times 3 to 5 showers depending on how much product you use. That is a lot of waste. The same goes for the hand soap. If it gets down to the bottom, I'll add a little water, just, not too thin, but when it gets down to the point where it would become too thin, I take the top off and set it beside the sink and just use it like that to use it up for the day. I wash my hands a lot. Use the restroom, the bathroom, wash your hands. After I put makeup on, after I clean, I will have that used up. I use a lot of soap, so I don't want to waste it. Here's an example of frugality. We have an ugly old stained dishcloth. It just won't come clean to my satisfaction anymore. So it goes into the rag bag instead of the trash. And also rinsing out a Ziploc bag that can be reused for something. Usually put stuff that's wrapped in something else just to protect it from the freezer. And I do not save any that had meat or fish or anything like that in them, but no sense throwing out a perfectly good Ziploc bag or a rag that can be used to scrub something gross. Sometimes being frugal means eating up the plain olives before you dig into the special olives, because if you open the special olives, the plain olives may languish in the refrigerator until they start growing things. But of course, if you have the willpower, go ahead and enjoy your special olives and go back to your plain olives. Just an example. Being frugal doesn't mean never buying the fancy olives if you need fancy party olives or enjoy them for something. It just means making the best use of what you have. It's not necessarily being cheap, but making decisions based on being a good steward of the money you have. Who else enjoys cottage cheese with green olives and some black pepper? I know it's rare. A rare combination. It's time to come out and start thinking about a little spring cleanup in the garden. We applied a little chicken fertilizer. And we're thinking about a new setup for some climbing vegetables. We may even till a new garden spot. We also may add a new raised bed or two. Thinking about a new challenge for the summer. How many garden vegetables can we grow to feed our family of 2? If push came to shove, could we make enough produce to eat and skip the grocery store? Eating fresh and preserving. Even if you don't have a yard, if you have a patio or a porch, a sunny windowsill, you could grow some shallow rooted vegetables like lettuce. And I'm going to try that in this container I got from the Dollar Tree. It even has holes you can punch out in the bottom for drainage. I'm a coffee snob, I will admit, and this instant coffee is pretty good. I'm happy with it. It has a great flavor, and as you can see, one container makes up to 105 cups. $1.95 for cold foam. I'm always scanning for those types of deals. Here we have it, a little white chocolate cold foam dusted with cocoa. Just sitting here putting my receipts through Fetch. If you don't know what that is, we get points for every receipt, and then you can turn it in for gift cards, free stuff. Gotta love that. If you buy certain products, you get more. I usually just let it go by chance. I don't research that a lot. If I happen to see something we use, I do make a mental note to look for that at the store. Also, keeping track of receipts, balancing your checkbook every month. These are things that I do as a frugal person. And making sure statements and receipts line up with all the numbers add up. That way you can make sure money is going where it's supposed to. Today I'm doing a little garden planning. I have good old seed container. Might be ordering a couple varieties, I'm not sure yet. Got to get on the ball here. And I'm planning out what I want our garden to look like this year. I'm trying a few new things. My goal is to see how much food our family really can grow. We're a family of 2, and I have recommended amount of plants for a family of 2. I'm going to concentrate on what we really eat and see how we do this year. It should be an adventure. We may break new ground. We have some ideas in the works for different things we've never done before. We plan to can and preserve. We may construct some new garden beds, and may try to store some foods that we've never stored before. So I have done my homework. Varieties, spacing, and all of those things. But if you've ever gardened before, you know things don't always go as planned. So we will see. It will be a fun experiment to see what we're capable of. Today I'm baking a birthday cake, a poke cake for my adult daughter for her birthday. And this is always how we've celebrated birthdays, with homemade cake, family, and a small party or dinner party. We'll need all these ingredients. We needed a box of cake mix, white cake mix, vanilla pudding, or sometimes I use white chocolate, 4 eggs, 1/4 cup of oil, cup of water. Mix it up. Bake it, let it cool a little bit, poke holes in it, which we'll get to here later, and then mix up your favorite Jell-O flavor. She likes strawberry with some hot water. We'll do this step later. You add a little cool water, you pour it over the cake, makes a nice pretty design, and then you top it with Cool Whip and the fruit. Hello, oven. The fruit of your choice that complements the Jell-O flavor. We have our cake in our prepared pan, just greased and floured. And we're baking at 350 for about 38-40 minutes. We'll do the toothpick test. It's a little more dense than the regular cake. Have to run errands later, so I'm looking for something quick for supper. I think we might be having just a cheeseburger, maybe some veg on the side. I think that's what's gonna be. I have that. I have some mini cukes, leftover salad, shredded lettuce. Here's some Cooper cheese from a grocery haul too. Some hummus if we want to dip our cucumbers or ranch. I found a tomato. There's some keto sourdough buns up there that are still good until I think the 13th. Or I can use this Italian bread. Lunch and it's leftovers and a clementine. I can have some cottage cheese too if I'm still hungry. Well, my cake is out of the oven and I really think my oven is going. I've talked about this several times on the channel and I could just tell it was hotter than normal. I use the oven a lot, I bake a lot, I cook a lot, and when I opened it to check the cake, we had just a few minutes left on the timer. It looks a little more brown than typically and the oven just felt hotter. So I think something is going on. See, there's the timer and it's already the cake is done. Well done. I checked it with the toothpick. It came out clean. And now we're just going to let it cool for 15 minutes and then we're going to poke it. And I'm going to use a spoon, the end of a stirring spoon, and poke holes. And the good thing about this cake is it's very forgiving, because I'm going to pour warm Jell-O water all over the top of it. So the fact that it might be just a smidge overdone isn't going to affect it. It's still going to be moist and delicious. So that's good. Plus, we're topping it with Cool Whip, which is also going to help, and decorating it with strawberries. So that's what we have left to do. While I'm waiting for my cake to cool, oh, there's the timer. I'm going to dissolve the strawberry Jell-O in a cup of boiling water. I am using a generic Jell-O. I am not convinced that Jell-O brand Jell-O is superior. I don't think their sugar or artificial colors and flavors are better than Great Values. They may even be made in the same factory. I don't know, don't quote me, but I've heard that about name brand products and the generic products. Sometimes they just stop one line and start another, different packaging, same stuff. So think about that before you go spend an extra. Not that I'm knocking Jell-O. I love some good Jell-O, but I'm not convinced that there's any difference, especially since I've used this in the past and it is just fine. It's just as strawberry-y. I added a cup of cold water to the mixture now. I'll just stir that around. And you can go ahead and use Jell-O, everybody. I'm just saying, I don't want you to be sucked into that I have to have all of the things, all of the name brand things to feel right mentality. It's okay to use other things. Now I'm gonna pour this mixture over the cake. And we're just pouring it evenly over the cake. It's going down in all little holes we made. And that's what it looks like. I'll just let it cool a little bit, put wrap on it, and stick it in the fridge. And my Cool Whip's not thawed yet anyway, and this cake's too hot to put that on. We want to make sure it's completely cool before we top it with Cool Whip. When I get new canned goods, I always make sure to clearly mark with a Sharpie the best by date. That way they don't get forgotten. Although it's not foolproof. Sometimes they get shifted around, but it really helps. Sometimes I write them on the front too. And these are tomato products, so they are a little more, how would I want to say it, fragile than regular canned goods. And then I take them, put them in the back of the row, so everything stays in order. Burgers are cooking. Have to add the cheese when they're done. And the keto rolls were crumbly. You have to watch those. Sometimes they don't last as long as they say, so it's Italian bread to the rescue. And we have some cucumbers and hummus in our landing strip here, ready for our cheeseburger. And here's our frugal supper before we run out the door. And there's Pappy's. And we have the poke cake with the whipped topping on top. Just need to spread it out and decorate it with the strawberries. Wash the strawberries and dry them well. Usually cut them in heart shapes. There, now the object is when I put the wrap back on, it won't stick to the Cool Whip. The strawberries will provide a buffer. I'm going to repot a few plants.